Hello everyone, it's your boy, Alexis Yoko, or Alexander, and today I'm gonna cosplay historically accurate Grell Sutcliff. For the people who are new here, your boy is very passionate by history. I even got my bachelor degree in historical gardens. I'm a landscaper, and I started to get into historical fashion as well when I cosplayed Damien Bloodmarch. That moment when you do your research in fashion history to accurately cosplay a character, just to discover that the character is not historically accurate. Still, I like Damien's outfit, even though it's more of a design choice. And the design choice is the case of Grell Sutcliff as well. Even though I was searching for a lot of stuff to be accurate, I still may get some things wrong or not entirely correct. So if you know more about fashion history, please correct me in the comments. Okay, let's start with the analysis. Black Butler is set in 1888-1889, the late Victorian period, but Grell doesn't look like in these images. I will talk about both men's and women's fashion because Grell's style is pretty much of a mashup. A mashup of different eras, men's and women's fashion, very specific accessories, I'll talk about them later. She has very long hair, accurate for the women of the period, but the hair wasn't worn down as she does, unless you're a child. Grell is 100 plus years old. She looks young, but not that young though. She won't go around with flowing hair in the Victorian era. The bangs will be shorter and not on the face, and surprisingly, spiky anime hair wasn't a thing in the Victorian era. The suit looks kinda sloppy. They will wear a blazer too, not only a vest, and a low neckline only for evening wear. Grell wears this vest day and night. The tight pants weren't really a thing in the late Victorian period. The collar is okay, I've seen stuff like this. The western bow tie originated in the 18th century from what I know, but I saw pictures of people from the 1880s and 1890s wearing them. Some of them were bandits, but Grell does whatever the fuck she wants. Also, I saw similar stuff in 1880s fashion plates. Probably Anna got her inspiration from there. Grell's glasses are pretty modern. They didn't look like that in the late Victorian period. Grell's shoes resemble 1930s Oxford shoes. They had a different shape back in the Victorian era. I'm assuming Grell will rather wear something like this. The jacket, Madame Red's jacket, is not historically accurate, I'm sorry. I couldn't find a single late Victorian picture of a woman wearing something like this. I found only similar stuff to what she's wearing, which kinda looks Victorian mixed with 1920s. But we're not analyzing Madame Red here. Back to Madame Grell. The jewelries hanging from Grell's pocket, I just love them. They look pretty much like those Victorian hair accessories. Victorians had a vast range of jewelry and accessories, and they used jewelries made out of hair for mourning. Look how intricate and well done these are. I really like how they resisted over time considering this is real human hair. Enjoy some more pictures. Also, Grell is more than 100 years old. Supposedly she has people to mourn. Grell's gloves are pretty okay. Victorians also had varied glove types. I appreciate that Grell wears makeup, but this makeup is not visible. Just like in the Victorian era. You wouldn't know they wear makeup just by looking at them. Natural makeup was popular at the time. Now about my cosplay costume. Yeah, boy wanted to be fancy, as Grell loves to be. So I took references from fashion plates of evening gowns in the late Victorian period. At first, I wanted to mash them up. Grell's style is mashing up things after all. Grell Sutcliff has her own original style. But then, I changed my mind because I realized that you can have both historical and character accuracy, with some small touch-ups to remember it's Grell after all. And I'm going to tie Grell's hair up. Sorry Grell, I said small touch-ups. And this is the hairstyle I'm gonna do for Grell, because it has bangs, so I can keep Grell's weird spiky bangs. And the glasses. I'll keep the glasses too. I hope you're happy now, Grell. About the fashionable silhouette of that time, I can't afford an actual Victorian corset, but this one is very good though. It's better than I expected, to be honest. It has shape, it gives me stiffness. It doesn't really make my waist smaller even though you can see it's tight. But I don't blame the corset for that. You know I'm a stick man, not like there's anything to reshape. And also, Photoshop for the curves. Yes, Photoshop. The sweet Victorian curves that neither me nor Grell has. They edited their waists a lot to achieve this. In the Victorian and the Edwardian era, so Photoshop is also historically accurate. And of course, the famous ankle thing. We can't have historically accurate Grell Sutcliff without some sexy ankles, can't we? Okay, now to clarify. It wasn't the sight of an ankle, the one that was considered sexual. After all, the little girls used to wear shorter dresses that exposed their ankles, and the grown women didn't. It was the deliberate exposure of a piece of skin that was considered sexual. Be it shoulders, ankles, whatever. Not just the body part in itself. Look at this picture of an Edwardian woman. Just look at her face. She knows exactly what she's doing. I wanted to make my pictures as accurate as possible. Please ignore the glasses and the spiky bangs, thank you. I was looking at late Victorian pictures of women, especially some with visible bustles. I observed how they pose. I observed how Victorian people rarely smile in photos, which won't be a problem for me, but probably it will be a problem for Grell. I was looking at some sexy pictures, not pornographic but sexy, so you can smile in these ones, Grell. Everyone's happy now. I'm not gonna buy one of these, because why spend money on something that I'm not sure if I'll ever use again? Budget bustle. With this you save money, it looks just as good as a real bustle, and your ancestors are facepalming right now. Now the most important part. The dress. My aunt is a tailor and she modified this old dress, and I added the final details. Among with the materials, I bought long gloves, black lace, and flowers. Victorians loved flowers and used floral motifs a lot to decorate their clothes. And here's the result.